Hey, hope you're doing fine. This is Eva and you're watching The Casual Bit. Well, recently, killing of over 400 people in Sri Lanka for nothing is one of the biggest terrorist attacks of its kind, which has shattered Sri Lanka and shocked the entire world. But the question is, could these attacks in Sri Lanka have been stopped? And now that they have happened, will it be okay to say that attacks were made in order to retaliate for New Zealand Christchurch Mosque events? We'll discover answer to these questions in the video, so let's begin. Had government reacted on time, the attacks could have been stopped. Well, if not stopped, then at least controlled. But Prime Minister said he had no information about it and President might have kept it from him. But still, even after the prior warnings of attacks, government failed to react, to which they have honestly confessed. And to tell you about the major security lapse and cite the possible reasons, let's take a quick look at Sri Lanka's recent past of constitutional crisis. So, in Sri Lanka, the power tussle or the fight to remain in power started in 2015. Watch this love triangle carefully. The one at the center, Maithripala Sirisena, currently the president of Sri Lanka, is the key to most of the damages took place in Sri Lanka. And now look at the man in the right corner, is the strongman Mahinda Rajapakse, who was the president of Sri Lanka from 2005 to 2015. And while he was contesting for the presidential elections again in 2015, he was supported by Sirisena, then in cabinet, but Sirisena betrayed him a month prior to the elections and came out against him for presidentship along with the support of Ranil Wickremesinghe, who had the majority in the House, and they together formed the government. Sirisena as president and Wickremesinghe as prime minister. So everything sorted, right? But no, both Prime Minister and President were not on the same page regarding many vital issues, be it their relations with China or India, or the defeat of their coalition party in February 2018 provincial elections, or maybe the survival of Wickremesinghe from a non-confidence motion, which might have irritated Sirisena, the president, and he decided to remove Wickremesinghe on 26 October 2018. And instead, he placed Mahinda Rajapakse, who was the president earlier, on the post of prime minister. And I think it was these 2 months from October to December, and to be very precise, 51 days, that one country had 2 prime ministers, until Supreme Court made a judgment in favor of Ranil Wickremesinghe and put him on the post of prime minister again, because as per the 19th amendment of Sri Lankan constitution, president does not have power to remove prime minister, and hence Sri Lanka was facing constitutional crisis, even though currently Maithripala Sirisena is the president and Ranil Wickremesinghe is the prime minister, but they have their bitter past. And this was the shortest possible way to tell you about the power tussle going on between the president and prime minister of Sri Lanka, which made security lapse a reality. And now that the ISIS claims to take the responsibility, releasing the video from its press agency Amak, at the very same time, Junior Defence Minister of Sri Lanka calls this attack a retaliation to New Zealand Mosque bombing, according to their preliminary findings, with no evidence for the claim. Where recently it is found that one of the terrorists was involved in posting extremist content on social media after the New Zealand Mosque episode, while on the other side, the specialist and the terrorist researcher have said that this kind of sophisticated and coordinated attacks with equipments, explosives, trainings would have required months of preparation. But the New Zealand episode took place on 15th March this very year. Well, leaving up to you, these were the 2 questions that triggered me and I answered as per my observations. What are your opinion on this devastating and inhuman attacks on Sri Lanka, where sometimes I feel that it is not about the intelligence that keeps on failing, but it is our conscience. Just respect the fellow human and keep faith in humanity. Until next video, stay woke.